Hello everybody, how are you doing today? My name is ZachTG, and today we're going to continue the Danganronpa 2 blind playthrough. And of course, ever since the last stream, I've been grinding the pet. And of course, I started out giving the pet 5 presents and letting the despair go up to 6. However, as you can see, yeah, the hope meter is up to 6 now. That is because I accidentally let the despair meter go up to 7, and I had to get rid of another present in order to, well, bring up the hope. But thankfully, dropped the despair meter down. So that's why it's at 6 and 6. So hopefully it did not affect the pet changes too much. Anyway, now let's investigate the hospital. Because, yeah, there should be some clues that Buki might have left behind. So let's see. Okay, first let's investigate the surveillance camera. There's a surveillance camera unit on top of the reception desk. As long as the music venue surveillance camera unit is destroyed, it's impossible to broadcast with this.
Hajime!
Hey, Hajime, there's something I want to ask you. You first discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue, right? But why did you go to the music venue? You have reason for that, right? Did you see something with this camera?
That's right!
Oh, I also wanted to ask you that. It'd be different if the surveillance camera unit could record, but it's only good for household functions.
Hey!
Tell me, Hajime. Yeah, that's exactly it. I saw a strange video on that surveillance camera unit. It showed the music venue stage. There was a black curtain hanging like there is now. But the whole display was pretty dark because they were just using candlelight. There was rope hanging from the ceiling, and beneath that, there was a stepladder on the floor. And right away, a person wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head appeared. I didn't know who it was because their face was covered, but now I know that must have been Ibuki. Wait a minute, let me just check something here, because I wanted to know for sure. Do I have a clear photo of Ibuki's body? Not really, so I can't really confirm that, but I just want to say that Buki's hair looks kind of long here, and yet why is there no hair flowing down here? So that just further kind of proves that it's not showing Ibuki committing suicide, I would think. I just want to say that could be recorded somewhere else or something, but we found the destroyed camera parts on there, so I have no idea. Maybe the camera parts could have been added there later. I just don't know right now. She walked straight to the stepladder, and without any hesitation, she climbed that stepladder of her own free will. And then she grabbed that rope, and that's all I saw. The candlelight being used must have been snuffed out or something because the screen went dark all of a sudden, and it wasn't displaying anything anymore.
Man.
Well, if the candlelight goes out, obviously nothing will show up. Modern surveillance cameras have infrared functions, so things can still show up even in the dark. But the one I got from the machine alley was a really old model. Hold on.
Well?
At the time, you said you didn't know the person wearing the hemp bag was Ibuki, right? Yeah. You didn't know it was her, but you saw she was trying to hang herself. So you rushed over to the music venue to try to stop her. But you didn't make it in time.
Hey.
Still, if she climbed the stepladder of her own, does that mean she committed suicide? Wouldn't that mean she's her own killer? Ibuki committed suicide? Yeah, there's plenty of evidence I could see that could rule out that theory. Or at least shows pretty much a third person. What do you think, Chiaki? There's no doubt Tabuki climbed the step ladder on her own, right? Yeah, there's no doubt. If so...
You...
Hey, don't think for so long. If you don't know, just be honest about it. Well, of course she doesn't. There's no way we'd be able to figure that out so easily. Oh yeah, I need to investigate the conference room on the second floor. I'm heading over there. What the heck? She ran away all of a sudden. She said the conference room, but why would she mention the conference room all of a sudden? Also, I might just be overthinking, but did she seem a little upset? Alright, so we have a new truth bullet, surveillance monitor video. Hey Kazuichi, what's up? Hey, you prepared that surveillance camera unit, right?
Hey!
Yeah, so? I didn't make any weird modifications or anything. It's not like I'm suspicious or anything. Didn't you get this from that shady-looking alley where all those machines were lined up?
Right!
Yeah, I just tweaked it a little. Then, if there are other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to the hospital from those cameras too?
Man...
No, that's impossible. Originally, surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors are only used as part of the same unit. The video that was filmed with the hospital camera can only be viewed on the hospital monitor. The video that was filmed with the music venue camera can only be seen on the music venue monitor.
Hey!
But if I left it like that, we wouldn't have been able to communicate, so I decided to swap the cameras. So that's how you guys were able to view the hospital footage from the music venue and vice versa. However, each surveillance camera unit manages its broadcast based on a specific number. So even if you bring the same model camera or monitor, you won't be able to interfere with the signal. Meaning, even if another surveillance camera exists, it'd be impossible to broadcast with it.
Huh?
However, I didn't just swap the cameras. I modified them and increased the wireless range. If I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been able to use it. Yeah, those are some pretty bad cameras there. Pretty bad old cameras. You're right. You did work on that. Okay, I don't think there's any need to look at the bulletin again, so... let's just go ahead and investigate the hospital. Okay, I want to check Ibuki's room. Looks like this is an open room. There shouldn't be anybody inside. I should look somewhere else. Oh, come on. You can't even let me investigate Ibuki's room. Did you investigate the room, Akane?
Now then.
Phew! I'm finally getting back to my normal self.
Alright!
Hajime, help me out with my recovery. You can touch my boobs if you win. Oh, what? No thanks. She was bearable when she was quiet. It'd be so much better if she was still feeling the after effects. Well, would her crying all the time be considered quiet? She'd beat me up if I said that out loud. Anyway, why are you here?
Hey, hey!
Well, I've never been sick or hurt before, so I had no idea, but hospital gowns are pretty comfy. I was thinking I might as well keep wearing one. Don't tell me you plan to wear hospital gowns from now on. That's the idea, but it looks like they're out of stock. It looks like there was one gown for each patient's room, so I thought there'd be more in the empty rooms. There weren't any gowns?
Yo!
Yep, that's right. Ibuki died wearing one, so the only one left is the one Nagito was wearing. If I have no choice, then I could just use Nagito's. It's a unisex size, so I'll probably be able to fit in it. Hold on. What happened to the gown you were wearing? Are you saying I should wear the one I already wore? That's gross. Really, Akane? Because I think most people would naturally wear the clothing that they already wore. I think it's just wearing other gowns that's just... ugh. Wearing clothes someone else was wearing is even grosser.
Like...
No time to dilly-dally. I totally left Mikan back at the music venue. Crap, I gotta go back soon. Well, it's okay since I already investigated the music venue, but leaving her on guard duty was a bad idea. And yeah, she said that there are no extra gowns for the patient room. We clearly have a room 4. And Yeah, it doesn't say Nekomaru on there or anything, so... What happened to that spare gown? Yeah, second hemp bag, a second gown. Alright, let's check out the conference room. What's this? It's pitch black. I can't see anything. Where's the switch?
Hey.
Don't turn it on. Huh? Chiaki? Are you there?
'Cause...
If you turn on the light, it's gonna be fully exposed. It'd be embarrassing. What are you doing in there, Chiaki? What's fully exposed?
Hey.
Hey, Hajime. If you poke out your eyes, you can turn on the light. What you're gonna do? Are you gonna poke them out? I'm not gonna poke out my eyes.
Aww.
Aw, bummer. Troll fail. Of course, she's a gamer. I'm pretty much a gamer myself, and I just don't like trolls. No sooner did she finish saying that, I heard the dry sound of curtains being drawn. There was a flash of intense light that stunned my eyes a little. I squinted my eyes until they started adjusting to the light. And I saw Chiaki had finished opening the curtain that was covering the window. A black curtain. So wait a minute. Yeah, the signal rays should reach inside the hospital, so if they do that, that could be possible that someone recorded the suicide that I saw. Or at least broadcasted live feed. And then they could dispose the camera with the other parts into confusion. And because of that... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think I have a pretty good idea who the killer is now. I just don't want to believe it, but it's currently the only possibility I can think of at the moment. I really don't want to believe it.
Hey, hey.
Were you surprised? Surprised? I don't get it.
Well?
I got it. Got what?
See?
The curtains in this conference room are designed to completely block out light. There's a projector in here, so they were probably careful about light shining those.
See?
See? A black curtain that blocks light. And it's also long enough to reach the floor. It's perfect. A black light blocking curtain. That's why it was so dark. So, is something wrong with it? I'm still in the middle of investigating, so it's a secret. Yep, she's upset. But still, what was all that about? That bit about it being embarrassing if I look and troll fail?
Nope.
I just wanted to mess with you. Yep, she's definitely upset. Why is she acting so childish? I guess I'm done investigating the hospital. I should move on to a different place. Or, well, the different place happens to be the trial. Monokuma Rock.
Hello! How's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome! The class trial's gonna start, you know. So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP! I'll see you soon!
It's already time. So, this again. I need to go to that place. Again. But now's not the time to be a coward. The reason Nobuki and Hiyoko became victims, in order to find the truth. The only thing I can do is go. And, well, we are already at Central Island. Okay, so... It's a pretty long walk to Monokuma Rock. At least 100 steps, so I think the pet should evolve before I reach Monokuma Rock. I'm just curious what pen it might be. Oh, there we go. Gorimi. Really? A great big gorilla. Okay. So we have a snake, a Palapu, a pig, and a gorilla. Okay. Ten above the pet before I even reach the second island gate. Yeah, I think this trial is probably going to take a while. Yeah, they're getting more difficult and the trials are getting longer. Oh yeah, gotta get rid of that, gotta get rid of that. Yeah, quite a long walk. Alright, last check of the pet. And we're good. Everyone who heard the announcement had gathered in front of Monokuma Rock. And soon enough...
Welcome!
Is everybody here? Do you guys want to go to the class trial?
Wait!
Hey, jerk! Hold it right there!
Monami's such a dumb child.
What? Don't get in my way! You're just a dumb little sister who's short a few brain cells.
Hey!
My brain works just fine.
Hey, hey!
Monokuma, what did you do with Nekomaru? I see! So you've come to avenge him.
Yes?
Avenge? That sounds like you died. Sounds like you say? Oops. Anyway, since Nekomaru is unfortunately unavailable today, let's just say he's absent. Oh great, so Nekomaru really did die. God dang, Monokuma.
Bye-bye!
Now then, I gotta go first.
I won't let you!
Hold on! I won't let you escape!
Hey!
Hey, did you hear what he said?
Huh?
Don't worry about it. There's no way Nekomaru's dead. He's just trying to piss us off.
Damn it!
Of course he's not dead. There's no way. Not in a billion years.
Well...
More importantly, it's best if we worry about ourselves for now. If something happens here, every one of us except Nekomaru will die. Why are you so excited about that?
How about it?
Who knows? Maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing poetic justice prevail.
What do you yearn?
What are you saying, fiend? You'll find out soon enough.
See?
Then let's go.
I'm gonna do it!
Alright, let's hurry up and get this over with. Yeah, you're right. Alright, so let's activate the stairs. Roar! We stepped onto the escalator and ascended toward the gaping maw of Monokuma Rock. And that's why I suddenly noticed it. I noticed our lined up silhouettes keep getting smaller and smaller. But I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. And when everyone was inside Monokuma Rock, the elevator began its deep descent as usual. But nobody said a word. As we stood there trying to figure out what to say to each other, the elevator descended deeper and deeper. And when it descended as far as it could go, it finally stopped. The elevator doors opened slowly, almost tantalizingly so, light poured through from the other side, eroding the boundaries of the darkness. And I walked into that place. Nice rocky wall look. My, it feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats. Well, 2 people got killed at the same time, and Nekomaru's not here either.
Hey!
Is Nekomaru really not participating? If he's alive, you should invite him.
No!
Why bother?
That's...
What?
Well now.
Now then, let's begin.
Yahoo!
It's the beginning of the long-awaited class trial. Please enjoy it to your heart's content. Wait a minute. Let me just check one of your rules. One of your regulations. Participation is mandatory for all surviving students. So, yeah, there's something you're hiding, Monokuma, if you're willing to break rule number 5. What exactly are you hiding, Monokuma? Is Nekomaru alive or not? And so the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. Ubuki Mayoda, the ultimate musician, she was really loud, but she was the mood maker of our group. When I was with her, all of my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. Hyoko Sanaji, the ultimate traditional dancer. Just from looking at her adorable face, you'd never know she was actually selfish and foul-mouthed. But she was trying to change herself. Not as much as Fuyuhiko, that's for sure. And she was desperately trying to come to terms with Mahiru's death. The person who killed those 2 is among us. I definitely can't believe it. Okay, yeah, Nekomaru's portrait is not red, so that means he's gotta be still alive. What are you not telling us, Monokuma? But whether I believe it or not is irrelevant. Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. That's why I must find out, no matter the cost. For our sake. For our friend's sake. For Buki and Hyoko's sake. And so, the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. This life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Alright, time to start the Chapter 3 trial. So, let me just check out the current skills I can buy. Okay, I just don't know if I want to actually increase the influence gauge or focus gauges yet. I just don't know that. I think I'm doing fine on those for right now. Probably not charisma. I'm doing fine in that on my own. Man, I do like the delay between firing the troop bullets. Yeah, but if I'm only firing 1 troop bullet at a time, then that skill's relatively worthless. Increases the speed of memorizing a statement. Yeah, that could be useful, because now we learned how to memorize the statements. Okay, so the focus decreases at a slower rate. The influence gauge recovers over time during concentration and fever time. Okay, so if the concentration gauge is basically infinite, then yeah, that's a powerful game breaker, that's for sure. If we could just recover the health as long as we have enough time to do it. But since I'm probably not going to be losing health on that option, except for probably the improved Hangman's Gambit, I don't think Delusion is a good skill for me. Increases bullet capacity. I have a feeling they're gonna be playing the bullet capacity during Panda Talk Action pretty soon. I don't know if it's during this trial or the next one. I'll think about getting this vocabulary. Easier to shift mood to your favor. Okay, that's another good one because, yeah, the Rainbow Showdowns, they're getting tougher. They're getting tougher, alright. And the sharpness increases by 2, sharpness increases by 5. And then we have the logic dives. Okay, so now I'm just basically choosing between 2 different types of skills. Bullet capacity or mood maker. Like vocabulary or mood maker. I think since we're using Rainbow Showdown most often, and I can feel the noble difference in Rainbow Showdown already, yeah, I'm gonna be spending on Moon Maker. Alright. Of course, we also have Infinity Unlimited Flame, you know, Gundam's skill. Increases the power of the silencer, effective during the non-stop debate, cannot be combined with cheat code. Hopefully, this skill is worth befriending Gundam. Because I want to knock out those white noise in one shot, just like in the first game. Alright, and then I might as well equip Ambidextrous. Oh wait, no, I already equipped that. Never mind. Mood Maker, yeah, that's it. Easier shift mood to your favor, and well, that's it. I feel like that you don't get nearly enough skills to justify pretty much the high level. Pretty much. I think you get skills at pretty much a slower rate, honestly. And yeah, I think I'm still good on the kind, especially since I know that you can get A ranks during kind. I'm probably not gonna get an A rank here, though. I just don't know for sure. I just don't know how many improved Hangman Gambits there are. Or how bad some of the layer sections will be. So, I think it's time to start the class trial. All rise!
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already!
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out. You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
I mean, just to give everyone a fair chance, I guess we should explain the purpose of this trial, or how the case unfolds at this point.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Really, Kazuichi? That's kinda taking it a bit too far.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that? Listen up! The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Well, at least Akane's thinking on the positive side.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease.
You know, I'm just noticing it, but I kinda like how some of the portraits down there accurately represent their sizes. That's kinda nice.
The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because we know the motel is full of people who are able to take a look at the body.
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone, so I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko, so I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Various ways?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the four of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's. And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
Yeah, just to prove that both bodies are actually dead, and nobody was just pretending to be dead. Unlike the previous game.
And so, we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue,
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
Of course, he's gonna try to suspect me as the killer. Huh?
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious. Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
Lie? Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
Well, we know this is an imitation killing, or imitation killings. So, and I was the only one who hasn't seen the movie before the murder. So that should prove I'm innocent. Gah. It's just as Kazuichi said. Nagito's the kind of guy who will just confuse us and make matters worse. Damn it! I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now thanks to that. Well, we do have a right to explain it. Okay. Obviously the invitation ticket.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime is the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie. No, that's wrong!
Yeah, that's because I was the only one who hasn't seen the movie before the murders.
I'm not the killer. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Yeah, I think before I continue on, I should probably point out something that I noticed during the statements where I was using the silencer. Yeah, it does make it more powerful, however, it only makes it twice as powerful, so it's not quite as strong as I expected. Take out all the statements in one shot. But at least it gets rid of the 3 hits and 4 hits statements into 2 hits. So, I guess there is some benefit to that.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Of course, Nagito's just playing with us.
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that.
Okay, well, if Nagito is just going to prove it for me, okay.
Each person only received 1 ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Then, why don't we just pull out everyone's movie tickets and find out which people have seen the movie before and which people have seen the movie after. Of course, probably everybody else saw the movie before. Okay, probably my guess.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Not even after the fact.
Hold on a sec! You're the one who brought this up in the first place!
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
Oh boy.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Actually...
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
I wonder how many more statements during this trial is just going to be a big waste of time.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
Yes, please.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
I'm still having doubts about that.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide. Ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone.
Yeah.
So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
Namase killed Hiyoko last night.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right?
Yeah, not even windows.
If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two! Sonia and Kazuichi!
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
Really, Nagito? You just gonna bring him up now?
Me too!
Oh my gosh, Monokuma.
Hey, why are you talking like... Huh? You're kidding, right? not up to something weird, are you?
Yeah, even Monomi is suspicious about Monokuma when it comes to Nekomaru.
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall! Is this his professional skill?
The killer was inside the music venue. Uyuhiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it? No, then if the killer was inside the music venue, then there's no way that this stuff should have been found on the door, the semi-transparent glob.
The killer was
Otherwise
still
known as
inside the
glue.
music venue. By locking the door from the inside.
Nope.
No, that's
Well,
wrong.
that was quick. That was real quick.
Hold on a sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob? Like rubber, maybe?
It wasn't rubber at all. That semi-transparent glob was probably glue.
I see! That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness, and I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth. Based on all that,
Hey, Gimmick,
I'm
how you
certain
doing?
it was glue.
As you can see, I just started the Chapter 3 trial, and that's something I wanted to show you. Yeah, I just got a new pet, Gorimi. Yeah, I'd originally got to 3 hearts so for the hope and 6 skulls for the despair. However, during the grinding, I accidentally brought the skulls over to 7, and so I had to use an extra present to bring the hope up to 6 and despair down to 6 because I didn't want the despair meter to get too high. Anyway, I pretty much have a theory about, I pretty much have a good idea on who the actual killer might be. I just don't want to say anything yet. But I think that, all I can say is that I want to say that what Hajime saw in the video might not have been coming from the music hall, but could be coming from the conference room. Because of the black curtain there. That's pretty much my theory so far. And because of that, I have a pretty good idea of who the killer might be. I'm not saying that that's absolute proof yet, that's the truth yet. I'll just see how the trial plays out to see if my theory is actually correct.
I didn't know glue was edible.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
I needed 6 help to get Gorimi. So I just got lucky down there. If I hadn't gotten the 7 despair and used the present to bring it down to 6 and bring the hope up to 6, I would have gotten another pygmy. Is that what you're saying?
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly.
But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
Yeah, so basically got lucky. Didn't realize how lucky I was. Maybe I'm inheriting some of Nagito's power.
That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so?
Yeah, pretty dang obvious, actually.
It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Yeah, no need for the despair at all. I just thought pretty much goes like no hope, low despair. I just thought it just pretty much goes like low hope, low despair, then low hope, high despair, then medium hope, low despair, medium hope, high despair, high hope, Low Despair, and High Hope, High Despair to get all 6 pets. Because that's what it seems like for the pattern so far. So... Okay, so I'm guessing... So I hope that the last 2 pets unlock with High Hope, Low Despair, and High Hope, High Despair. Hopefully.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
Please, don't do the Japanese suicide thing, please.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
Why are you saying that you're a slowpoke, Mikan? Oh, only 2 pets you need to spare. You had 1, and the other is High Hope, High Despair. Okay, so that just pretty much confirms it. Yeah, I need the High Hope and No Despair for the first pet, for the next pet. And then High Hope, High Despair to get the last one.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
Like during the middle of the night, for instance. Earlier?
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed earlier.
Yep.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
The wallpaper, the piece of the wallpaper.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
That scrap that was stuck on the baton lighting in the music venue. Now, I should be able to figure out what it is. Oh, no, 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 not this, not this, not this. Let's just get it over with. Yeah, let's just get rid of that one. I'm obviously not going to keep her around long enough. Definitely not. That's one of the last letters. No. Yes, W. Come on. Oh gosh, no, 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 no. No, W. No. Oh great, they're gonna crash. Where are the L's? Where are the L's? There's an L. Oh my gosh, it's getting crowded. I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that. Did I mention how much I hate this? Where the heck is the R?
I got it!
Screw this. Screw this improved Hangman's Gambit.
That scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room?
I was incredibly lucky that I got past it with no damage in Chapter 2. Hangman's Gambit so much.
In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so...
You're right. if you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper... See? It fits perfectly.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hyoko's body disappearing?
Yep.
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that. But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
That scrap of paper stuck to the baton lighting was part of that wallpaper I found in the storage room. Is it connected to the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body? If I trace it back from there, the answer should become clear. Alright, let's give this a try. Well, I pretty much have a good idea of what happened with the wallpaper that was used to cover up Hyoko's body. And now it's time for Logic Dive. Oh yes, I'm waiting for that. I enjoy Logic Dive way more than... Never mind. Okay. Sorry. Oh, triangle's the jump. Okay. Great, yeah. Chapter 3's trial is getting tougher now. I'm glad I did the no damage achievement before. Okay, question 1. Why did Hyoko's body suddenly appear at the crime scene? It was definitely not brought there, it was hidden. I have to imagine that touching one of those blue fan blades will result in me getting sent back. I have to imagine these orange spots are checkpoints. What did the killer use to hide their body? Well, obviously the wallpaper. It's not the curtain. Oh gosh, yeah, they're really getting narrow now. I mean, yeah, the person riding the skateboard or board, it kind of definitely looks like Hajime. How did the killer hide her body with the wallpaper? Well, they covered the pillar that Hyoko was tied on. Well, that was good, despite that first jump mishap.
It's all coming together!
Brain blast!
I got it! Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there.
Yeah, the pillar does look larger. But, wait a minute. I just noticed a huge problem right there with that image. If what you're saying is that the wallpaper was used to hide the body, then why is that scrap of paper still there on the white? Yeah, like on that white banister right there, or white... Yeah, that white railing. And also, should the pillar just go around the white?
However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar, so using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
And yeah, peeled off the wallpaper and shutting the door would definitely taken less than 10 minutes.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper.
All that makes sense. They were clearly in a hurry.
And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, hitting anything in logic dive just causes damage, falling just causes damage. Okay, falling goes back to the last checkpoint. Okay, gimmick. Good to know.
They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hiyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
I guess I was the only one. I was not the only one who hasn't seen the movie after all.
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I'm sorry, did I hear mothballs or mothballs? Because if I heard mothballs, then who do I have to blame? The voice actor or the writers?
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them.
Okay, so a logic dive becomes much harder later on in the game. Okay, good to know. Just like the improved Hangman's Gambit. Putting too much layers on at once. People thought improved Hangman's Gambit was fun.
I knew it! There are so many similarities, it must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie.
Yeah?
Not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
Minus the arrows.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
I'd say they probably used it in order to hide the order. I mean, it's been done so many times before. It's just pretty much a staple at this point.
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
The reason the killer imitated the two victims in that movie, I should be able to explain that now. Yeah, to mix up the killing order.
I see!
The reason the killer imitated two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Oh great, non-stop debate is gonna get even worse than what I just saw. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, this is gonna be fun, those non-stop debates. Joy.
Then, Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
I mean, she has to be killed before Ibuki, otherwise that evidence would not exist.
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right?
Basically.
That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
I get what you're saying, Chiaki. I get what you're saying.
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
Not if you have that piece of evidence.
You're one to talk.
Anyway, if this continues, we're just gonna talk in circles. I think it's best if we clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed. There we go, another non-stop debate. Obviously the blood and the souls.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
Yeah?
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Yep.
I agree with that.
Oh, that's good, Gimmick.
Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint bloodstains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood!
Hyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Yeah!
Don't underestimate the power of the evil
Oh, come on, Gundam!
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Get to the point!
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know. You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
So I guess I have to prove that there was blood on the floor, huh? 7? Okay, yeah, it's definitely getting
You're
tougher
saying
now.
the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Allow me to cut through those words!
Okay, that was an easy rebuttal showdown.
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Yeah, that was a very easy rebuttal showdown. I didn't even have to advance to the next statement.
Don't say such foolish things! You don't have proof of that at all!
Yes, I do. If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but... Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right?
Yeah.
Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Yeah, because if we noticed the blood on the stage, we'd probably become suspicious because, well, hanging doesn't generally leave blood.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding.
Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating, so I don't think they had to go that far.
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy?
I think most likely.
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
If the time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right?
Yeah, I think if the Monokuma files mentioned the time of death, then, well, the jig would be up.
Then it's decided. Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then, but regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Go ahead, Nagito. What are you gonna confuse us with this time?
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time, too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Huh? Suicide?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself.
Yeah, just like in case 4 of the first game.
Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Yeah, since there's no alter ego for you to punish this time.
Why me?
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Yeah, if.
Well, I mean, I understand Hiyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered.
I really doubt that.
For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hiyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
Yeah, that would have been possible, but let's not forget, a third person did act in order to hide some of the things. And even if the third person and was just trying to hide the evidence, just to try to hide the evidence of a suicide, that got one more piece of evidence that could prove that Ibuki did not kill suicide.
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with!
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right?
Yeah.
After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hiyoko's body soon after means...
Yeah, third person was involved.
The killer had to be alive at that time.
Yep.
Then she was alive!
What?
When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead.
Okay, how can you pretend to be dead when just hanging like that? How?
If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She hanged herself, remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means... there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind.
Oh, come on, Nagito.
If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
Someone faking it, that's for sure. Huh?
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something.
Oh, Trigger Happy Havoc has your second favorite punishment. Okay, so does that mean this game has your favorite punishment?
So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, That surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
Okay, Gimmick. And yeah, that surveillance camera does not have a record function because, well, it's an old piece of crap.
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
Right before the Monokuma announcement. So I have to say, I'd say pretty close to 6:55 or something like that.
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Well, I know one person who might have an alibi. Yeah, Mikan. Because of, well, that.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
Yep.
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
Yeah.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi!
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then...
Actually,
No, that's wrong!
one person does.
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
You two have alibis?
Yes.
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
Twice.
Too much info.
TMI.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
Yeah.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was?
What? We just said it was used to mix up the orders.
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process. Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
I destroyed your first white noise the other day. Okay, Gimmick.
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Care to share your thoughts? The killer had a different reason? If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Inside a trap set by one of us? If so, then whose and what kind of trap is it? Okay, we certainly weren't in the trial long.
Hiya!
Hey, hello there, Monami. The moss balls sure look tasty today.
Stop it!
Stop it! Don't characterize me as someone who lives off moss balls. And here's some chance time! Were they suddenly playing Mario Party all of a sudden? Oh, what? What's that?
Now then, Funame's appeal time starts now. Huh? Appeal time? Your kind-hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck, show those jerks who treat you like a redhead stepchild who's boss. That's 99% your fault. While you were whining, your time's already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 3,000 words or so. But that's too long. It'll just be a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way. Then, I'm Usami, Magical Miracle Girl Usami. I'm an itty-bitty girl who sleeps like milk. Jeez, and I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment!
What are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever. And as pointless as ever, that was. Oh, you finally upped the difficulty. Yeah, you know what happens after the trial. Something special, I bet. As it usually does. Alright, trial resume.
I'm Monami. Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation. Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this? We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead. No! This definitely cannot be allowed. That's why I want you to remember this. Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save frequently.
Especially right before the improved Hangman's Gambits. The reason the killer did an imitation murder is a reason other than falsifying the murder sequence. Does something like that even exist?
Huh. It suddenly got quiet in here. Did I confuse you? If so, I wish I could die from self-loathing.
Man, this again.
If that's the case, it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too. If that happened, the imitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
Especially since they did not know about the whole, especially since they did not know about that extra rule, which was you can't kill 3 or more people.
Well, it's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
That rule is too harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
Yeah, especially since you can't actually restart from that break in the trial. And yeah, I actually did relook at like the chapter selections, and yeah, you can actually play from like the daily life, the deadly life, or the class trial. Not from the midway point. I think that's just to separate the length of these longer trials.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
Wow, he's actually shutting up.
But I'm thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Yeah, it really does feel incomplete, especially without the frickin' arrows.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
No, not that.
It's not just that. Come on, try to remember the content of the movie.
Yeah, the arrows.
About the lion that got killed second.
That's the one Hyoko's body was imitating, right?
Even though we're calling it an imitation, the lion was actually pinned by arrows, right?
Yes.
But Hyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape.
Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows.
They at least find some things and just stick them in the body like that. Just like the arrows, that would have been imitation enough.
Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete. If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning, They should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
Yeah.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
Oh, that's good, Gimmick. Now that you learned the actual location of them.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
I'm saying, Hyoko's murder wasn't.
Yeah, it really wasn't.
What?
Hyoko's murder wasn't planned?
I understand that imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a bunch of assumptions?
It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details? Like what?
Like, for example, why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
Actually, that's not pretty strange at all. She has a perfectly good reason to go to the music venue. Why did Hyoko go to the music venue? Chapters 3, 5, and 6, you still got plushies to get in. Okay, so 4s were pretty easy to get.
So, you're saying the truth behind Hyoko's murder is hidden?
I have no freaking clue what you're trying to say.
However, this is getting quite interesting. My 4 dark devas of destruction are getting riled up.
Why Hyoko went to the music venue? If that's the key to all this, I need to find that out, no matter the cost. I think we already know the reason. Okay, I can't say Sonia. I have to go with the motel room key.
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer summoned her.
Nope.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
Definitely not.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
Yep.
I agree with that.
Of course, Sonia knows what happened. Because she knows the reason.
It's just as Sonia said. She went to the music venue of her own free will.
So, exactly as I assumed.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Hyoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly cautious of the despair disease, you know?
I don't think that's the only reason.
I don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
There's no way she got abducted?
Nope, room was too clean and the room was locked.
Hyoko locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
The killer could have locked her door, right? Just to hide the fact Hyoko got abducted.
Except the key was stuffed way down the kimono.
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono. They would have put it somewhere more obvious. Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right? Then something like that.
I won't lose!
Oh, come on, Akane.
Are you saying my gut was wrong?
Yes.
This could be my first and last highlight of the day. Why won't you just let me shine already?
If you actually make the right highlight, then I'll let you shine.
No, that's not the issue.
Shut up! Enough with your fancy talk. I'll shut you up right now.
Can I please use Sonia's account for this? Ah, thank you.
Hyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak-looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
Advance.
But Hyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember?
Yeah.
It's more likely that Hyoko locked the door herself.
The killer was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
A second advance?
There's no reason for the killer to put the key in Hyoko's kimono. The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
I think that's probably meant to make up for
Try
Gundam's lack
remembering
of
Hyoko's
testimony.
body. Her kimono was all messed up.
No.
Dang it. Yoko's kimono was all messed up. There should be no doubt about that.
Crap!
It's true. Her kimono was messed up. I should have seen that. Great, I rushed.
Hold on! Try remembering Hiyoko's body.
I gotta stop
her
rushing
kimono was all messed
like
up. There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up. She fought the killer!
Nope.
Allow me to cut through those words!
I really gotta stop rushing like that. I gotta stop.
The reason Hiyoko's kimono was messed up was because she wasn't able to properly wear it.
Wear her kimono?
Yeah, I think probably the highlight of, well, stuffing her face.
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided to go out on her own.
And possibly, well, Gundam saving her.
Yoko seemed to be really struggling
No,
with
sorry, not
wearing her
Gundam.
kimono.
Nekomaru saving her.
I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room. That is why I informed her. I told her that there was a full-length mirror at the music venue, and I suggested that she use it.
Then, the reason her kimono was messed up wasn't because she fought the killer.
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own just to fix her messed up kimono.
Yeah.
I get it. I lost. Boil me, burn me, take off my clothes, do whatever you want to me.
I'm not like Teru, you know.
Hajime, now's your chance. Make her admit defeat. Or better yet, make her do a little something something.
Oh, great. Don't tell me you're gonna become the new Teru. Hell no.
Then, the killer probably couldn't have assumed that Hiyoko would go to the music venue.
I mean, didn't she say something good in the past trial?
I just don't remember in a past trial. I could always look in between streams.
Though that may not apply to Sonia, since she provided Hiyoko with that information.
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have predicted when she would arrive.
Yeah.
Don't go doubting Miss Sonia, you cretin. I'll put you and your hamsters 6 feet under.
Kazuichi, it seems you have quite the fashion sense. Do you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps I could do that while you're wearing them.
I kind of like Gundam in his character.
Gundam, please stop! For his sake.
Huh? What do you mean, for my sake?
Of course. I've already overlooked no less than 10 opportunities to kill you.
Even if the killer couldn't predict it, why did Hiyoko get killed in the music venue?
The only thing I can think of is, it was an unfortunate coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence?
When she went to the venue by herself, she was probably just unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
I'm just getting creeped out by the dark, soulless lack of eyes coming from the killer.
She was killed so there wouldn't be any loose ends?
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Ibuki.
I think she... Oh, yeah. I think she did mention the gravel.
The killer most likely
That's
had
what
already
happened.
placed the hemp bag over her head. And without hesitation,
Nothing without her mentioning the gravel. Yeah, that wouldn't have been able to figure out what the murder weapon was. I mean, I started thinking that the fish tank would probably been used to kill her, but then they said no, it was too heavy and too bulky to use as a weapon effectively.
Killed Hiyoko.
because the killer used that coincidence for their crime, it made this case even trickier.
That's the reason they imitated the movie to falsify the murder sequence.
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
Nope.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do? They've been cunning this far. There's no way they'd kill Ibuki without a plan.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas?
Damn, we don't know the most important part.
The killer's plan from the beginning. I'm pretty sure we're very, very close. I just can't think of it right now. Nagito, do you have something to say?
Hey Nagito, any ideas?
Hey, how long are you gonna stay quiet?
Oh, am I allowed to speak?
Well, there goes the No talking forever.
I'm so happy I'm getting goosebumps. Everyone actually needs help from scum like me.
So what do you think?
I was thinking about it while I had my mouth shut. But now I'm finally able to come to a conclusion. Ibuki definitely didn't commit suicide.
We kinda figured that out a little while ago.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I thought there might be a possibility that she faked her death and tampered with the crime scene. But now I remember, there was blood on Ibuki's slippers. So if she faked her death and walked around the music venue tampering with the crime scene, there'd be bloody footprints left in various places throughout the venue.
Oh, you've been writing the rarities of all the Pokemon cards? Okay. There'll be blade footprints left in various places. Yeah, I see where he's going with this. Yeah, that's my trump card for this.
So that's why I think there's no way she faked her death. There's no way Ibuki committed suicide.
You know, we already finished talking about that a while ago.
No. What Nagito is saying is completely different. Because I have a good idea what he's talking about down there.
Huh? Really? That's annoying. I guess I should just awkwardly laugh about it then.
Are you freaking kidding me? There's no limit to how useless you can be.
No, wait a minute. If Ibuki had blood on her feet, there'd be footprints all over the place if she kept walking around.
That's strange. That's very strange.
Strange? What's strange?
I see. It's not something we finished talking about. Those footprints. There's still an important clue left that we completely overlooked. Just as Nagito said, if she had blood on her feet, she would have left footprints. Then why? Why weren't there any footprints on the stepladder? I think I pointed out earlier when we discovered it, it's like, why aren't there any blade footprints on there? And yeah, that's my trump card for proof that she didn't kill Kyoko and commit suicide.
I can prove it with this! If Ibuki used the stepladder to hang herself, it's strange that there weren't any footprints on it.
Huh? There weren't?
Yeah, that stepladder was completely clean. No footprints or bloodstains at all.
Well, except for the splotch of blood on the left side, but you get the idea.
You notice such a small detail! How amazing! This is truly the talent of a chosen ultimate!
What are you talking about? You were obviously leading us to this. That's why you brought up the suicide topic after all this time. Nagito Komeda, you're definitely someone I shouldn't underestimate.
But didn't you say you saw that video of Ibuki climbing the stepladder?
Yep.
Then I think there's no doubt that she really did climb it.
Yeah, but the stepladder itself proves that she didn't, so that means we're not actually seeing the one from the music venue.
Unless there was something funny about that video.
I see. So there was some kind of trick arranged in that video,
But that's something only Hajime would know, since he's the only one who saw that video.
Of course. So, just as I thought, it comes down to that. The mystery surrounding this incident is contained in that video. And whether or not we can reach that hidden truth is all up to me.
Hajime, I leave it in your hands.
As long as I leave this to you, I won't tell you to do your best, but oh well. You should get started already.
Yeah, I'll definitely try.
If there was some hidden clue in that video, I should have seen something strange as I watched it. I'm the only one who can clear that up. I'm the only one who actually saw that video. So I'm the only one who can do it. The hanging video that I saw. Based on everything we know from the debates thus far, I should be able to figure out what's strange. Well, I'm glad Hajime is able to remember the contents of that video so easily.
And yeah, there's something real funny about that stepladder. Where's all the left side blood?
Here! That's right, I remember now. There was definitely something strange about that video.
Can you explain it to us?
What's strange is that stepladder I mentioned earlier. It's true that the steps of that stepladder weren't dirty, but on one side, there was a bloodstain, right on the left side of the stepladder. However, that contradicts the video I saw at the hospital. There weren't any bloodstains on the stepladder in the video. It was completely clean.
Okay, and since Hyoko's blood was impossible to get down there after this hanging, and that Ibuki's did not leave any blood, that means it had to be another stepladder entirely.
That is truly strange. If the video showed the moment of Ibuki's death, then Hyoko should have already been dead by that point.
Even so, the fact is the stepladder had blood on it at the actual crime scene. But the stepladder in the video was completely bloodless.
And there's no way the video was recorded in advance. If that's the case, the only thing I can think of is...
It's possible those two stepladders were completely different.
Yep, and if the stepladders were different, maybe the filming location would be different as well.
Wait, are you saying there were two stepladders?
But where would you find another stepladder? There was only one stepladder in the music venue.
Then one of the stepladders was somewhere other than the music venue. What do you mean?
You're suggesting that the stepladder in the video isn't the only thing that's different. Am I right? That's amazing, Chiaki! All that gaming has given you incredible deduction skills! Is it okay to say that?
What are you two talking about?
Oh, you're getting a Nintendo Switch? Oh, that's real good, Gimmick. That's real good. So, you think you might play Super Mario Odyssey? Well, I would definitely recommend playing Super Mario Odyssey. It is a fantastic game for the Switch. The stepladder isn't the only thing that's different, huh? Chiaki said that the stepladder was at a different place, but if that's the case, the thing that's different between that video and the actual scene of the crime is that thing the place where the killer did something? Come on, not this again! Oh, and it's even longer too, my gosh. I just don't think it's the filming location. Come on. Ah, there we go. That's good, Gimmick, that's good. Okay, doing good so far, doing so good. Okay, come on, L, come on, L. Where's the M? Where is the M? Where is the M? I need the M, I need the M. No O's. M. I. N. One in the hit. One in the hit. Oh gosh, oh gosh. What? I missed the C's. AT. Oh gosh. Did I just commit a glitch or something? No. Because that was kind of weird with the concentration. Whoa! Down already!
I got it!
Jeez.
That's right. Besides the stepladder, the filming location must have been different too.
What do you mean?
I mean, the video I saw was not filmed at the music venue. It was filmed somewhere else.
But the hospital monitor's supposed to display footage captured by the music venue camera, you know?
Then, there's a possibility that the killer also tampered with the surveillance camera unit.
In order to show us that they filmed the video at the music venue instead of somewhere else, what did the killer do to that surveillance camera unit? Well, I like the logic dives a heck of a lot better than those hangman gambits. Alright, so let's see. A lot of holes. Question number 1. Which part of the surveillance camera unit did the killer tamper with? Oh, there are 3 choices now. I doubt the monitor was involved, so it has to be the camera itself. I don't think they did anything with the monitor, it's just the camera. Oh gosh, break. Wouldn't that be awesome if I had actually made that? Slow down, and think. Okay, no need to rush. No need to rush. Ugh. Yeah, they're clearly getting more dangerous now. Okay, question 2. Did the killer tamper with the camera at the music venue or the hospital? I don't think they need to tamper with the one in the hospital at all, so it has to be the music venue. Oh boy. Oh boy. Wow, this can really get disorienting really fast. Alright, question 3. What did the killer do with the camera from the music venue's surveillance unit? Well, you can't increase the signal, so they took it with them. Okay, half a square damage, okay. Just by hitting the blue things. I just don't know if you looked at the answer for number 3. Hook it with them. My gosh, what is going on with this? Yes, the killer hooked it with them.
It's all coming together.
Brain blast. Hook it with them.
That's it. The killer just brought the camera from the music venue. With it, they made me think it was a live feed from the venue, when it was
because
actually
they
from
hook
somewhere
it with
else.
them.
Then only the monitor was left in the music venue?
Yes, at least when I first discovered Ibuki's body. But when Hyoko's body appeared, the killer probably put the camera back too.
That means you should have realized that from the start and made this easier on all of us.
Yeah, but I was not focused on the camera and the monitor at that point. I was more focused on Ibuki.
He did discover the body. I doubt his attention was focused on the camera.
Well, that's true, but... in order to hide that the camera was missing, the killer did one more thing to the remaining monitor.
And of course they smashed it into pieces. The thing the killer did to the remaining monitor was destroyed it.
I see! The killer smashed the monitor to pieces, destroying it.
And then they broke the camera and then hid there later.
As long as it was in pieces, you wouldn't be able to tell if the camera was actually there or not.
Yeah, there was not much down there.
My attention was so focused on the body that even I couldn't have noticed something like that.
I'm surprised I didn't even notice this detail.
And the moment Hajime left the music venue, the killer put back the camera they took.
And they destroyed it and left that in pieces as well.
Yeah. Yeah, more pieces were added. I did not believe I didn't notice that. Well, it was just so small, so I didn't notice it anyway.
It's easy to say it was filmed somewhere else, but the surveillance camera's connection wasn't that strong.
Despite Kazuichi's desperate repair efforts, it seems it could not transmit from the hospital to the motel.
The fact that it was able to connect between the hospital and the music venue is amazing enough.
Okay, so if it doesn't connect to the music venue, beyond that, then there's only one more location that could transmit from. And it's closer than you may think. Which means even if it was filmed in another place, as long as it was transmitting to the hospital, the range would be pretty limited. If that's the case, where was the video filmed to make it look like it was filmed to the music venue? I'd have to say the only other place we discovered a black curtain. The only possibility is that place inside that building. 3? No. You can't possibly have 3 hangman Gambits in the same trial. No. No. I'm sorry. No. 1 or 2 is bad enough per trial. I'm sorry. Where are you in? Because it's clearly the conference room. Stop giving me C's and O's. F. Oh, we don't need O's for a while. We don't need O's for a while. Oh gosh. Okay, wasn't there another E? Confer. I was not gonna risk leaving that N in it long. N. Where's the N? I don't want another E. I want an N. Okay, I'm doing better this time. Where is the R? Where is the R? Oh, there you go. You don't need N's anymore. N's are all gone. Oh gosh, yeah, they're really moving fast now. Oh gosh. Jeez. That did a lot better this time. A lot better this time.
Possible that it was filmed at the hospital's conference room.
Huh? A conference room?
But the hospital and the music venue look completely different.
Not if you have the black curtain and the room was almost pitch black, except for the candle lighting.
That's exactly why the killer did something to make those two places resemble each other.
To make the conference room look like the music venue, the killer went ahead and did some work. I gotta make clear what that work was. Obviously the black curtain.
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue?
No.
Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
Actually, it was this.
Or did they make some kind of set?
Why did I shoot the blue text? Why did
Might have tampered with the camera.
No, shoot the blue text.
I still can't believe he mixed up the filming locations.
Curse you, white noise.
Hajime, you're pretty stupid.
Okay, I'm glad I missed that just for that moment. In order to make the hospital conference room resemble the music venue, what did the killer do? I should figure that out first.
There's no way the conference room and the music venue...
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
That must be it!
Yeah, that must be it. I agree with that.
What the killer did was make the music venue, the crime scene, look like the conference room. They did that by using the black curtain hanging at the back of the stage.
And only one person had access to that conference room.
From what I remember, there used to be a really flashy curtain, but after the incident, it somehow became a plain black curtain that didn't seem to be the right size.
Yeah, I was just pretty much surprised how there was suddenly a black curtain and not this tiger leopard curtain.
That's right! It's so half-assed, just like Monami.
Sigh.
Oh yeah? Well, your face looks stupid!
That curtain was hung so the music venue would look like the conference room?
Thanks for hosting the stream, Gimmick.
In actuality, even though the curtain in the conference room doesn't stand out, it is a black light-blocking curtain that's long enough to reach the floor.
I see. The conference room. Indeed, the floor of that room is...
Exactly like the floor of the stage.
the same color as the music venue stage. So the killer chose the conference room because they realized the floor matched.
Matching floors, matching curtains. I guess it makes sense you'd mistake the two.
But that's not all. There should be something else the killer did to tamper with the evidence. Probably.
Something else the killer did to make sure the music venue looked like the conference room. It's gotta be that. The candle. Because the lighting in the two areas is completely different.
I can prove it with this! You're referring to the candle in the music venue, right? In the video I saw, a candle was used for lighting. But if you think about it, that's pretty strange. The music venue has good lighting, so there's no reason to even use candlelight.
And it didn't even look like that the candle in the music hall was even used at all.
But wouldn't they have done it to make it feel creepier?
Why?
That might have been another reason, but the main reason was probably to tamper with evidence. The lighting in the conference room and the music venue are so different. They couldn't be used during filming. That's why the killer used a candle as film lighting instead.
Which means... Are you saying the candle in the music venue wasn't actually used?
That candle was likely placed there just to make me think it was the same candle that was used in the video.
With candlelight, you can't see things in that much detail. Maybe they were going for that effect.
Yeah.
With that cheap-ass camera, it won't capture much in a dark area.
As long as this all matches up, it should be no problem to say this is decided. The video I saw wasn't filmed at the music venue. It was actually filmed at the hospital conference room.
If I'd found proof that evidence in the conference room was altered, we would have reached an answer sooner. But it appears the killer already covered that up, so I didn't find anything when I went there.
But there's no mistake. That's the only place within the connection range of the surveillance camera.
Yeah.
The motel would have been too far, and the interior design of the movie theater is too distinctive.
Yep.
But this must be a surprising turn of events for Hajime. You never suspected that the video you saw in the hospital was being filmed in the conference room.
Yep.
The incident isn't happening at the scene of a crime, it's occurring in the conference room.
I feel like I heard Bayside Cops say that before, but isn't it the other way around?
If Ibuki's hanging video was filmed at the hospital's conference room, then was Ibuki killed at the conference room too?
No, that's not possible. Right after Hajime saw that video, he discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue.
Yeah, so that's gotta be the killer faking the video. The video was filmed in the conference room, but Ibuki's body was at the music venue, which means there was a fake somewhere. The fake must have been... Really, we're not discussing Hiyoko right now. The fake has to be the Ibuki in the conference room.
I see! The person wearing the hint bag in that video wasn't Ibuki. It was the killer pretending to be Ibuki.
Using the spare gown.
The killer put on a hospital gown, wore a hint bag on their head, and was only pretending to be the victim.
By that time, the real Ibuki must have already been killed.
Yep.
The actual time of death must have been earlier. Probably around midnight or dawn to avoid witnesses.
If they took Ibuki from the music venue to the hospital to kill her, there's no way it happened during the day.
Nope. So that's what happened. Then no matter how quickly I ran, or well, how slowly I walked, if you know me, then it was impossible for me to rescue Ibuki. At that moment, I was already in the killer's trap. And the one who set trap for me was...
But why did the killer go to the trouble of making a fake video just so Hajime could go to the crime scene?
The reason the killer made a fake video... There's only one possibility I can think of. And if I examine that possibility thoroughly, then naturally the killer's identity will reveal itself.
Yeah, the same killer that I thought would be the killer throughout the entire trial as soon as I discovered that black curtain in the conference room.
Huh?
You fiend! Are you saying you already know who the killer is?
Unfortunately. That's right. I should already know. I should have already known who the killer is. I really don't want to accuse that person. I really do not. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Mikan. I'm sorry.
You're the only one! Mikan, you're the killer, aren't you?
What are you talking about?
Like I said, aren't you the killer who murdered Ibuki and Hiyoko?
Killer? Huh? I'm the killer? What is this?
Hey, don't you think that's kinda impossible? A chick like her as the killer? She couldn't even kill a fly. In fact, the fly would probably kill her first.
Well, maybe she was affected by the despair disease, you know. I mean, she was in contact with some of the despair victims.
She's right! A clumsy slowpoke like me killing someone? That's completely out of the question!
But we're the only ones. Thanks to that video, we're the only ones who have the advantage of an alibi.
Yeah.
An alibi? Was that the killer's goal?
Now that you mention it, you guys brought that up earlier. Only Hajime and Mikan have an alibi.
It's just a coincidence!
But you're the only one who could have filmed that video in the hospital conference room. Is that also a coincidence?
Shouldn't you get some rest already? You should be exhausted from nursing without any sleep, right? Then, if you insist, I will use the on-call room upstairs. You must be mentally exhausted, so it's better if you relax in the lobby instead.
At that time, you said you were going to the on-call room, but you actually went to the conference room.
Yeah, you don't like two of the executions. Is one of the two executions from the first two chapters.
That's when you put on a hospital gown that you prepared in advance, put the bag on your head, and began filming. By doing that, you made up a video that showed Ibuki trying to hang herself at the music venue. and showed that to me.
Okay, so it's one of the future executions. I'm probably guessing that Mikan is one of those two. Is that right? Because we pretty much know that she's the killer right now.
Furthermore, I saw that video at the hospital lobby. If someone wants to go to the conference room from outside, they have to pass through the lobby.
So it's impossible that someone who wasn't already in the hospital went to the conference room to film.
Not only that, the others in the hospital, Akane and I, were both delirious from the despair disease.
So that must mean...
Please, wait a second! What are you saying? I'm the killer?
Unfortunately...
That's impossible! There's no way I could kill someone!
It's not literally impossible. Can't you give a better defense than that?
Come on, you gotta give me hope, you know. Show me that hope that you have to survive.
Just shows she can't even do that.
Hey, you sure this chick is really the killer?
That's the only possibility I'm thinking of.
Wrong! It's totally wrong! It's not what you think!
Just like Akane said, it is really hard to tie it all together. I mean, Mikan is the killer?
I agree. It is truly difficult to believe someone could be killed by such a slow-witted woman.
Jeez.
That slow-witted remark is not necessary.
It's fine. I've been like this for a long time. In a tournament for social punching bags, I'd easily win first place with my soft reputation.
Dang.
Even I can't deny that. How many times do I have to tell you? It's impossible for me to kill someone. I'm serious. Very serious.
What do you say, Hajime?
Do you still believe this woman is the killer?
What other choice do I have?
Do you hate me that much, Hajime?
Hey, Hajime!
Everyone's ganging up on me. Tricks aside, logic aside, is she really capable of doing something like this? Could it be I'm the one making a mistake? No, in fact, it'd be so much easier if I was wrong. If I have this much doubt about someone I spent so much time with.
Can you hold on a minute?
Huh?
Well, I know I'm being intrusive and all, and I mean, I have no place to say this. I missed all of the critical parts, and I doubt I have anything worth saying at an important time like this.
What are you saying?
But still, there's definitely no way I can overlook the killer this time.
Huh?
I thought it was suspicious all along, from the very beginning. Investigating with the suspect in mind creates a different result than investigating with no leads.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Well, thanks to that, I was able to discover a truth that nobody else knows.
What? Are you serious?
I've been so focused on everybody else this trial. But I guess now's a good time to say it, right?
You better not have kept quiet on purpose. This isn't a game, you know!
Actually, this is a game!
Yes, this is Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair.
Please don't say such controversial statements.
Well, what do you know, Nagito?
Well, it's nothing big, really. Only a small, decisive clue that points to the killer.
Oh, really, Nagito?
Dang! That's a huge deal!
A decisive clue? Does something like that really exist?
Let's take a look, shall we? Regarding the rope Ibuki was dangling from. This rope was supplied by the supermarket, right? There weren't any ropes inside the music venue.
Nope.
Again with the supermarket? That place is a hotspot for criminal goods.
If they got it at the supermarket, that means it was brand new, right?
What's wrong with that?
I want you to take a close look at this rope. And keep in mind that it's brand new. Near the middle of the rope, It's frayed, as if it was rubbed strongly.
And near the middle?
But why is it like this? The loop Ibuki used to hang herself is on one end of the rope, and the part of the rope that hung from the baton lighting is on the other end.
Hey, you're taking too long. What's wrong with the rope being frayed?
It means, well, from what I can infer, I think the rope was used like this.
My gosh.
The killer wrapped the rope around Ibuki's neck, pulled both ends at full strength, and strangled her. The center of the rope is frayed because that's the part they used to strangle Ibuki.
Oh God, I've been listening to you for a while, and it sounds like you knew about this rope clue all along.
Okay, Gimmick. So so we know it takes at least 8 to spare. You know, half Despair's been working so far. I think I should try with 6 Despair. You know, after I did the one with no Despair.
What exactly did you say to me during the investigation?
So this rope won't be much of a clue. Then might as well search another place.
Not everyone cooperates at a class trial. Those who lie and conceal the truth will obviously be here too.
Yeah, was Mikan listening on that conversation?
Just like this case's killer. I was just copying them a little bit.
Huh? More importantly, what was all that about the rope? The killer strangled Ibuki. And then?
And then, I finished speaking.
Huh?
How is that a decisive clue?
Huh? You didn't notice it? I thought I made the decisive clue very clear.
Did Mikan say that the killer definitely hung herself? I mean, didn't Mikan say that Ibuki definitely hung herself? So if it was actually strangulation, yeah, that makes her very suspicious indeed. Nagito's words contain a decisive clue? Is that really true? Yeah, 6 is spare, just to be safe. I should probably, check the truth bullet. Yeah, according to Mikan, there's no doubt that the cause of Ibuki's death was her hanging herself with this rope. That has to be it.
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
Yeah.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
Yeah, we did.
That must be it!
Mikan's lie.
So that's what happened. We've been falling for the killer's lie this whole time.
There's something I want to ask you. There's no doubt Ibuki's cause of death was being hanged by this rope, right? Yes, she had no other external injuries, so there's no doubt she died from hanging herself. I see. So Ibuki died by hanging herself.
You said Ibuki hanged herself, but that was a complete lie, wasn't it, Mikan?
That is... well...
You told us the wrong cause of death. You lied, didn't you?
You should have been able to tell the difference between hanging and strangling, just by looking.
Yeah, I think hanging only the bottom part of the neck gets the rope burned. I think strangulation, all the neck would have been burned.
You, Mikan, the ultimate nurse.
Please wait! First of all, I'm not a coroner, so I don't have the medical knowledge to identify injuries like that.
Yeah, you identified the previous 2 bodies quite easily.
That's why it's not my fault if I made a mistake.
Okay, so I should try 9 hope then. Okay. I'll try 9 hope, 0 despair, and 9 hope, 6 despair after.
You
You are right. And you have been a great help to us so far.
But even a drunk medical student can notice the difference between a hanging and strangulation.
Yeah.
I'm not taking her side or anything, but being clumsy and unskilled in this area could lead to a mistake.
He's totally right. I'm such a clumsy mess, and I got so careless.
Oh boy.
Mikan nursed me till I got better. There's no way I'm gonna doubt her.
Don't you think her devotion to nursing is what helped her draw Ibuki to her death?
Huh?
And if not, her symptoms were still very serious and caused her to believe what anybody told her. It wouldn't surprise me if she willingly followed Mikan because she was nursing her.
So Mikan volunteered to nurse us? Cause she was planning to do this all along?
That's a little... Aren't you like the thief who suspects everyone else of being thieves?
I'm not a criminal. Mikan is. I mean, she's a killer, you know.
You've got it all wrong. Please forgive me.
I'm sorry, but there's no way I can forgive you. I just can't forgive this crime at all.
Dang.
Forgiveness or not, we still have not decided if Mikan is the killer.
I see. You guys are kind. Well, if that's the choice everyone makes, then the only thing I can do is back off, I guess. But is that really okay? Is that everyone's hope?
You're friggin' annoying! If you keep talking, I'm seriously gonna beat you up!
But I'm really not the killer.
Why don't I believe that?
There's no way. I'm capable of killing someone.
If you were saying that is...
Is that really true?
Stop it already! That's enough!
I can't stop! I don't want to do this either! Of course I don't want to do this! But I need to do this!
You doubt your friends?
Otherwise we all die, except for her.
That's not it! I suspect them because I want to believe them!
What the hell does that mean?
I don't think belief and doubt are necessarily opposites.
Needs more dramatic camera pans. Anyway, how you doing, Lock UK? How are you doing today? How are you enjoying the stream?
Huh?
I do doubt her, but I still want to believe her. Belief lies at the heart of that conflict. 'Cause if there's no room for doubt, then there's no reason to believe, is there?
Don't say deep stuff. I don't really get it.
If you want to believe in someone, you need to overcome doubt first. Belief without doubt is simply a lie.
Fine. Do whatever you want. I won't stop you anymore.
Huh? Is that all you can say?
Mikan?
Ah, so in the end, you're all just a bunch of bullies, huh? Justifying your actions with fancy words. Making excuses for why it's not really your fault.
Thanks, Lock.
Everyone always treats me like that. Always. It's all her fault. She's the one with the problem. I'm done with that!
Jeez!
You hear me? I'm done!
Jeez, someone definitely has a split personality.
Hey, Mikan!
It's not fair. It's not fair. 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 Not fair!
Celestial Ludenberg, goddammit!
Why won't you forgive me? If you did something wrong, you'd forgive yourself right away! What did I do? Why won't anybody forgive me?
Since I haven't seen Harley Quinn much, I would not know, Locke.
Is acting like this your strategy now? Well, This is annoying. Plus, to be honest, I've run out of ideas. How can we get you to admit it? That's the issue.
If we don't have any clues, why don't we have her give us some?
Huh?
I'm the same as Hajime. I don't want to doubt any of my friends. But still, the truth is one of us murdered 2 of our friends. That's why we gotta stick with this until the very end, so we can finally break these chains of despair.
Chiaki!
Hey Mikan, can I ask you one last thing? If you're not the killer, then who fabricated that video Hajime watched?
Yeah, who?
Like I said, it obviously wasn't me!
Can you prove it?
Prove it? Wait! Do you have any proof that I'm the one who fabricated that video? Ah! That's right! Show me your proof! Because you're just assuming the video was filmed at the conference room!
Yeah, Gimmicks at least getting Super Mario Odyssey for his first game. Locke.
Treating me like a killer based on an assumption. Just because I was at the hospital. That's totally crazy. I didn't do anything wrong. Why does everybody always hate me? Please, just forgive me already.
Is this broad really okay? She's emotionally unstable.
I'm not the killer. The video. I never filmed that video.
It seems she finally started arguing for us.
Huh?
But the only one who can find the hole in her argument is you, Hajime.
Yeah, because I'm the only one that saw that video.
So, I'm going to leave this to you once again.
Could it be? Was this Chiaki's goal all along? She's saying everyone's fate depends on me, the only person who saw that video.
Why do you get to decide I'm the killer? Where's your proof? Please, forgive me already!
I need to make up my mind. I'm the one who has to do it. I'm the one who's going to finish this. Okay, I don't know where to start attacking. Maybe the AC temperature? I don't know.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Yeah.
Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Was the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown?
Well...
Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
Wait, what? Who mentioned the camera angle?
Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out
Please
her
tell
body
me
type!
this is a memory bullet.
So please forgive me already!
Please tell me this is a memory bullet.
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Ah, dang, I missed it. Don't flinch, don't hesitate, don't run away. I'm the only one who saw that video. Who else is gonna do it if I don't? I missed the bullet.
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof?
I gotta concentrate at the end.
Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan...
Is that really? You could tell her body type under the hospital just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
I think I know what I have to do now.
I'm not the killer!
Because Mikan just admitted that she's the
Can't
killer
think of
based
anybody
on
else who
one
could have filmed.
particular
Do
statement.
you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing?
Nobody
What could
even
be hospital
mentioned
was
the
she-
camera angle
Ibuki and Mikan
once
Is that really?
throughout this whole
You could tell her
trial.
body type under the hospital gown just from that camera and
Oh,
just
God
from
dang
that
it.
dim
Why
camera.
did I
There's
skip
no way
past
you'd
that?
be able to make out her body type.
Why did I shoot that?
So please forgive me already. Hajime, pay close attention. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Just stay calm, just stay calm.
I'm not the killer.
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Do you have any? Is the hemp bag on her head? Is the hospital gown she was wearing? Or could
Well,
it
at
be
least
the
it gives me
hospital
more
slippers
excuse to
she
shoot
had?
down more
Ibuki
white
and Mikan
noise.
clearly-
Is that really your? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
Just from that
I'll
camera
shoot through
angle.
that contradiction.
Gotcha, Mikan.
Mikan, you've committed a major mistake.
I never said it wasn't poison.
Mistake?
As I said before many times, I'm the only one who saw that video.
What's wrong with that?
But I never said anything about the camera angle.
Hey Crimson, how are you doing today?
So how can you say anything about the camera angle as if you saw that video yourself?
Well,
The only reason Mikan knew the camera angle Hajime had seen is because you're the person who actually filmed that video. Is that right?
This is your just reward. The more desperately you argue, the deeper you dig yourself into a hole. You lied, didn't you?
Are you serious? Is it true, Mikan? Did you kill Hiyoko and Ibuki?
Thanks, Locke, for following. Thanks, Locke, for following me.
Forgive me!
Yeah, been quite a while, Crimson. Yeah, because it was not exactly clear it was a memory bullet could have been used, and there was quite a bit of bullets there. 7 bullets.
I was wrong. Wrong. No, that's not it at all.
That's not it?
I mean, it's impossible.
say what? Impossible?
You know that hemp bag Ibuki was wearing when she died? Try remembering the tote bag instead.
What exactly are you saying, Mikan?
Ding! I totally remember now.
What the heck's wrong with her? She's getting weirder by the minute.
That tote bag. Isn't it the same one that girl was wearing in the video?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, Mikan.
How do you know so much about that video?
No thanks,
Who
Crimson.
cares about that? More importantly, did you know that bag is a limited item that was sold at the movie theater?
Why, yes. Yes, I do. In fact, I know everything about that tote bag.
Hajime saw it too, didn't you? You remember the Usami decal on it, right? Whoopsie! Don't worry about it. I remember even if you don't. Ta-da! There's no mistake that tote bag is a limited item.
It's too bad that there was another tote bag exactly like that, Mikan.
So don't you think it's impossible? Using one tote bag in both the conference room and the music venue at the same time? It's blatantly obvious that that's impossible. Don't you think?
Not really, Mikan.
That's why that video isn't fabricated, and I'm not the killer. So you'll forgive me, right?
I'm sorry, but I really don't forgive you, Mikan.
Taking your stubbornness this far. Such despair.
Then you're gonna forgive me? I won't stop until you forgive me!
Long time no see. Well, not really. It's time for the third panic talk action. This is probably going to be my last job during the class trial. Okay, so from this point on, no more tutorials during the trials. And let me guess, limited bullets, is that right? Please humor me while I taint your ears one last time.
Starting from this PTA, the reloaded ammo features will be added. Just like in the first game. I've been waiting for that. You will no longer be able to make do with just the X button. Nope, can't do it that easily anymore. Nope. Below the tempo marker in the lower portion of the screen, the number of bullets are displayed. From this point on, you'll need 1 bullet to destroy 1 remark. When you're out of bullets, you won't be able to destroy the remarks, no matter how much you mash the X button. Well, technically it's holding the X button in this game and releasing it. You will be able to refresh your bullets by pressing the square button to reload. Just like locking on, press the square button in time with the tempo marker. The controls are the same as the X button. Square button. What? Okay, why is the text still in Japanese here? What? What? Did the translators seriously miss that? What? I didn't even know what that said! The number of bullets refreshed is based on how well you kept the tempo. If you get the timing wrong when you press the square button, bullets will not be refreshed, so please be careful. Also, your ammo will be completely refreshed and will not run out during fever time. If your difficulty level is set to gentle, you do not need to reload. I guess this was a pretty useless explanation, even though it was the last one. That should be all the explanation for the class trial. The rest is up to you to overcome. Yeah, I might as well stick to Chapter 2 because, well, I don't have to deal with much of the improved Hangman's Gambit. Ugh. You should be able to find it beyond this point. What you and I both yearn for. True despair. Well then, good luck and have fun.
I'll keep explaining it until you forgive me! That bag is a limited item! That's why that crime is impossible for anyone to pull off.
This chick, has she lost it for good?
Will you forgive me? You'll forgive me, right? Isn't that right? You're obviously gonna forgive me, right?
No! At this rate, we're not getting anywhere. I gotta do something and end this. I've gotta do something so I can make her admit it. Time for the panic talk action. Here we go.
You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please,
Oh, I gotta press. Yeah, this is gonna be tough.
Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me! Do you understand? Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. You're done for! Ha! There's only one bag.
Feature bonus prize!
This is the end!
Gotcha! Oh, this is nearing the end of the third trial in Danganronpa 2 gimmick. And a pretty longer game. I mean, sorry, Crimson. Sorry, Crimson. Oh, sorry, gimmick. Yeah, sorry, Crimson. Sorry to both Crimson and Gimmick. When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's a common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes.
Whoever bought that bag should have received another one as a bonus prize. Which means it's not impossible to use that bag in 2 separate places. So please, just stop making desperate excuses.
Why? Why can't you forgive me? Why?
It seems her desperate struggle is finally coming to an end.
Yeah, I know this is the end of the third trial, but since I'm running out of time in the stream, I'm going to have to end the stream for right now. And I know that I'm probably guessing that the closing argument comes right after, and that especially takes a while, so I'm gonna have to end the stream for today. So before I end the stream, anything anybody wants to say in the chat? And yeah, Monokuma is back again, Crimson. And really screwing with the new students at this island. Or islands. Anything anybody wants to say in the chat before I leave? Yeah, thanks, Crimson. Thanks, Locke. Anything you want to say, Gimmick? I'm just wondering what this next closing argument is going to be like, but they'll have to wait till next stream. So, thank you all for watching. And I hope you have a good day / night. Until the next stream where we'll be able to start this next closing argument. Fairly well. Good night, everybody.